All right, hello everyone. This is Andre with Flex Profits. Um, I am about to make something as called as prediction, even though as a trader or a day trader, I don't like to predict. Um, Here's something interesting. You guys are looking at UNG, which is United States Natural Gas ETF. This is a tracker for United States natural gas futures, and you guys looking at a 15-year chart. So right here in about 2007, 2008, we had $511 high. At that time, you guys remember the stock market was uh, crashing. So if you guys look at this carefully, I've not been able to record my prediction earlier, but actually I did have an idea to do this, never done this. So at this point, here's what it is. Beginning of 2014, I have um, I've been saying in my trading room, in my webinar trainings, and everybody who took any of my classes knows that I've been long since beginning of the year in natural gas. And not just has to do anything to do with winter time, which partially has to do with that as well, but mostly has to do with what's going on in the world. And of course, back then we had no idea that we will have a crisis in March time in Ukraine, and so and obviously, nothing was triggering um, back then as far as any ideas for any conspiracy theories, right? And I'm not a big fan of those, but what I have here is a potential move of natural gas to the sky. And so let's take a look at the yearly chart. So yearly chart, so last year we had a double bottom. I mean, a year before we had a double bottom and we started to form a bullish trend. So we were bullish up until 2014, up until today. And today, interesting thing happened. We jumped about 5% on the day. And the real news is that Russia is about to cut off natural gas for Ukraine starting next week. So, sometime next week, we'll have a decision that will happen in this stock. And what I believe here is this, that once we close above $29 on the daily chart and on the weekly chart, and on the daily chart, we want to see two closes above $29. So somewhere right here, two closes above this. And what that will happen, that will trigger a skyrocket move to the sky. Now, if we look back again 15 years ago, let's just refresh our memory here quickly. 15 years ago, we were at $511. Right now, we're about 26, 23 today in the close. So we only need to close above 29 in order to start moving into some of these higher resistances, which is around $100. And then the biggest resistance will be around 266. So my theory is this. As Russia cuts off natural gas for Ukraine, so that will affect, of course, the Europe market. And I believe strongly that United States natural gas will have a huge demand worldwide, especially in Europe, for export. And this was not a reality even in March. When I started to talk about this loudly on my webinars and training courses and in the trading room, most of traders were like, okay, Andre, that's a little bit extreme. There's nothing to tell us that that will happen. Nobody will cancel Russian natural gas. Everybody wants to use their gas and all that good stuff. Right now, it's a different story. And I strongly think that we are about to enter into a big crisis that will potentially, and you guys can write this down somewhere. Today is the 12th of June 2014, potentially enter into a war zone with what I mean here is this. If Russia um, does cancel and turn off the natural gas for Ukraine, that will affect the Europe big time, European countries. And that will trigger for Europe to and for United States to increase sanctions on Russia. that will also isolate Russia as the from the world economy, and that will result in Russia going into only one solution, into becoming a full-scale communism regime or communist regime very quickly. And because they're going to be isolated, they need support from countries that will share their views, and obviously they will have to become a communist country, and that will trigger a war with Europe. So here's my view. This is a little bit longer term view, that Europe and Russia may go into a full scale war, and that can happen just because of certain things that are about to happen with natural gas business. So now United States comes in as a good Samaritan, because we have just have been successfully producing a lot more of liquefied natural gas that is available for export, and by the ocean or by the air, and we are ready for that. And so we as Americans can profit from this, that about to happen in Europe. Also, Europe is about European markets are about to have big downturn just because of a bubble in the real estate area, and of course in the banking system. So we're about to enter some interesting area of our lives. I don't like to predict. I don't like all the conspiracy theories. Right now, everything that I've been saying since the beginning of the year working out really good. A couple news channels today put out the news on the internet that Russia is about to cut off natural gas. So I'm here to pretty much just make this public as my statement for the natural gas. So we live here in the country of opportunities. We can take advantage of this move. As far as Russia and Europe goes, there are problems about to begin. So anyway, I didn't want to make this too boring, but hope you guys understand the seriousness of this. And if certain things happen that I did mention here, that would be great, just because I have that view. And also gold and silver, I've been calling that short since also March, when everybody else was calling it long. And so far it works out really good, especially with this trend line never being able to break above this. And so I still look for a downturn in silver and gold as world shakes up under crisis in Europe and Russia. Anyway, that's it. So this is Andre with Flex Profits. If you guys welcome to check out my website, flexprofits.com. What we do there, we offer a trading room service and also education of how to trade options, stocks, so on. And I'll see you guys later in the trading room.